Good morning. What is up? Wow. There's just been a lot of things that have been happening in my life, and the more I take time to practice self-awareness and be vulnerable with myself, practicing being in the moment, it's really turned out to have a positive effect on a few different things, actually, on my perspective, on my attitude, my relationships with people who are close to me. And today I'm drinking my passion tea. This is the Tazo passion tea. It is really good. It has a very vibrant pinkish red color, so that always makes it fun. And just very floral, fire. 10 out of 10. Yeah, to get right into it, I don't have any notes that I'm gonna be basing this off of. I'm just gonna give 2 or 3 things that I have noticed have really helped me in just enjoying life better and feeling more fulfilled in my day-to-day. Although my day-to-day for a lot of people might seem very mundane, it could be very similar to what you do on a day-to-day. I feel like the most pleasure, the most enjoyment and happiness can be found in those little moments. I don't think that it's really necessary to always be doing the most extravagant thing or to be living, not necessarily to be living the most luxurious life, because I do think that if you want to live a luxurious life and you can, and that brings you joy, do it. But more so what I'm saying is that you don't have to wait until you are at that point of luxury, or by society's standards of luxury, in order to feel luxurious. One of the biggest things that I feel like has been a catalyst or played a really big role in the development of my life for the better is first mindset and belief. I was gonna say something else, but I'll start with mindset and belief, because before you start anything or before you embark on any kind of journey, you have to first put yourself in the mindset that you can have that and that you are worthy of having that. So I think that mindset and belief, these things, the thoughts that we tell ourselves on a daily basis, those patterns are going to ingrain themselves into our subconscious. So if you, instead of generalizing and saying you, I'm just gonna go off of what I believe is the best for myself. So instead of me constantly telling myself these limiting beliefs of I'm not good enough, I'm too scared to do this, I'm not qualified to do this, I'm not experienced enough, I'm too shy to do this, or to have this, or to be this. All of those things were things that I would tell myself, and at the end of the day, what good is that going to do me? Because if I'm repeating these things to myself on a daily basis, your thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your attitude. And then your attitude and your beliefs, all of those, they play into your daily actions. And if you're already starting your day, I keep saying you, disregard. Whenever I say you, I'm talking to me. If I start my day and I'm already telling myself, like, damn, here we go again, or time to go compete with people who I feel like are doing so much better than me. that's already putting me in a negative mind space to start my day. And the actions that are going to follow that are going to be aligned with that belief. Because if I tell myself I'm not good enough, I'm not qualified enough, or this or that, what motivation do I have to put forth my best effort and to try and to take the daily actions, to do the small things every day that are going to propel me forward? I don't have any motivation to do that if I start my day with that kind of mindset. So over the years, I've learned, and by the years I mean 4 or 5 years, because it was around the time that I got to college that I was starting to get more into mental fortitude and training my mindset, but more, not aggressively, but more on a deeper level over the course of the past 2 years. So I got into the entire realm of mindset, of manifestation, of the mind, and obviously mindset, mind. Well, I think that mindset is a choice, but the mind is just something that is so expansive and something that even to this day, humans haven't been able to fully grasp the depths of the mind. But anyways, mindset, psychology, all those kinds of things, I've been getting more into it over the last couple of years, and I've really made an effort to take charge of my own life, and what the heck but I've really made an effort to take charge of my own life and take it upon myself to use the resources that have been provided to me, aka the internet, to learn about how I can do this better, or how I can, and by this I mean take charge of my life. So I've been using the internet to look up different books, different videos, podcasts, and things like that, so that I can be the person to design my life and to not fall under or fall into the same trap that the majority of people do, which is letting society dictate how my life goes for me. And that means professionally, that means spiritually, emotionally, just everything, socially. So I'm going to take that control back, as I implore whoever is watching this, you do have the power to take control of your life if you feel like you don't. I'm going to be honest, I forgot where I was even going with that. But let's just go back to the first bullet point, which was mindset and belief. I realized that I have to go into each day with a positive outlook, with a positive mentality, and give that to myself so that I can perform. I don't like to say perform because I'm only performing for myself, but so that I can go into my day and just be happy. Because if I go into my day and I feel good, that's gonna motivate me to want to do good for myself, for my family, for other people. So starting with my mindset and my belief that I'm worthy, I'm capable, I'm deserving of all that I want. Number 2 is developing self-discipline. And that was something that was really difficult for me. It could be, I'm not gonna say I don't know why, because I've definitely taken time to also try to understand this part of myself and why it is difficult for me to be a self-disciplined person. I do think that I am extrinsically motivated, But if I don't see immediate results, and I think that this is a problem with my entire generation, if I don't see immediate results, and by immediate I mean after like months, not days, not weeks. I understand that, results are not going to come that quickly. But anyways, if I don't see immediate results within the next couple of months, it discourages me, and it makes me want to basically stop doing what I'm doing. Which I think is understandable, and especially as a child, this is what I mean when I say I've taken the time to try to understand this. I think that as a child, whenever I did good, I was immediately rewarded. Not to say that I always got what I want, because I didn't, but I did get what I want whenever I did what I had to do. So now that I'm an adult, and a lot of the avenues and a lot of the different routes that I've been trying to take they're not necessarily a quick ROI or a quick return on investment. They're definitely things that I have to be patient with, but developing self-discipline in my daily habits and the small tasks, because at the end of the day, small daily goals that you accomplish, those are going to be the things that are going to lead you to accomplish the bigger goals. You have to be able to take charge, do the mundane work in order to reap the results, in order to reap the benefits. But one way that I've taken charge of my daily habits is by establishing a routine for myself, a morning routine. I haven't yet established an evening routine, because with my lifestyle right now, I work until nighttime, and so it's just a little bit more difficult to establish an evening routine when I want to go to sleep or I want to relax after work. But that's no excuse. Last night I was just thinking about this, that once I get my morning routine done and down, I'm gonna work on my evening routine. Your evening is what sets your morning up. My morning routine will consist of making my bed. It's only a few simple things that I do that I think are important to me and that I know they're gonna set me up for my day, which is going back to number one, which is mindset and belief. So my morning routine is going to get me in the right headspace to go on with my day. And that will consist of making the bed. That consists of breath work and meditation. It doesn't have to be for a long time, because right now I'm working on getting into the habit of doing it every day. So I'll do breath work for 5 or 10 minutes. I'll meditate for 5 or 10 minutes. And after that, making tea, I come outside and I bring my journal and I write. I make sure to get some kind of movement in, and my brothers and I, every other day, we have challenged each other to running a mile. I used to be a runner, but the whole idea behind just running a mile every other day is not necessarily for any physical benefits, even though it does provide some physical benefits. But it's more so just for the self-discipline, at least for me. And then taking a cold shower. I think that taking a cold shower has, in my experience, shown to be a lot more beneficial than taking hot showers. And I am somebody who loves hot showers, but the cold showers have had more of an effect on me and my life. And the reason for that is because taking a cold shower is extremely uncomfortable, and no one likes to be uncomfortable. It's just not in our human nature. We naturally avoid discomfort. So by putting myself in an uncomfortable position every single day, as not important as it seems, it doesn't seem to be like a really big deal, but by doing that little thing every single day, I can get myself, again, all of what I'm doing is intentional, but by putting myself in that uncomfortable position, even if it's just for 5 minutes, I'll put the water as cold as it can be, and I just go into it. And I've been doing this a lot with with just daily tasks. Anything that might be uncomfortable, I kind of just lean into it and just observe the discomfort, which I don't think that it's a bad thing to feel uncomfortable. Because if we don't feel uncomfortable at some point, if we don't feel discomfort, then we won't know what it means to feel comfortable. But I'll put myself in that little moment every single day, and I just sit there. And Wim Hof, who is also the person who I follow his breathwork techniques, he was the one who introduced that technique to me. Not personally, obviously through YouTube and videos and online, but by putting yourself in a cold environment, you are basically shocking your central nervous system. And when you're using your brain and your mind to calm that down, to calm that stress response down, you're strengthening those skills to use your mind to let your body know, hey, you think that this is a stressful situation, but it's not. So chill out. And that has just kind of had a little trickle effect, because when you do something like that during an insignificant or seemingly insignificant moment, then when it actually comes down to a real stressful situation, maybe an argument, maybe some type of conflict goes down at work and you're stuck in the middle of it. It could be a number of different things of a real, perceived real stress response. And then you can go back to that practice that you've done, that training that you put yourself through in the shower, and then you can be like, is this actually a dangerous situation right now, or am I just freaking out? And then it gives you the ability to discern. And yeah, that's what I mean when I say everything that I do in my morning routine, it's all for a reason. And that morning routine sets my day up for greatness, for success, or at least my definition of it. So that was number 2, self-discipline. Number 1, mindset and beliefs. Number 2, developing self-discipline. Oh, and I forgot to say that my morning routine also consists of reading 10 pages every single day. And the book that I'm reading is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. And the book that I'm reading now is the book that I'm reading is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Phenomenal. I always wondered why people raved about the book, and now that I'm about halfway through, I get it. It just gives you a different way to perceive your life. And the third thing that I feel like has helped me in basically getting the ball rolling is being present in what I do on a daily basis. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. Mastering the mundane and finding joy in the mundane has kind of been a catalyst for a lot of different things to happen a lot faster than I would have originally anticipated. So yeah, mindset and belief, self-discipline, and being present. And the book that I mentioned earlier is definitely giving a lot of insight on how to do that. So if you want my recommendation, you have it for that book. But I feel like I've been talking for long enough. My cheeks are turning red. My tea is now cold. I've yet to start journaling, and I still have to run today, and the sun is getting up there.
Yeah.
So thank you for sitting with me and for taking some time to listen to what I have to say. So I do kind of feel like going back, I didn't really expand too much on what I meant about the last point of mastering the mundane and being present in your everyday. So I really feel like the main way that that's helped me is by remaining in the moment and recognizing that what I'm doing right now is what really matters. It doesn't matter what's going to be happening tomorrow. It doesn't matter what's going to be happening in 5 years and 10 years from now. All that matters is right now. And it's going to sound like I'm quoting the book that I mentioned, but it's for real. And if I can't learn how to find joy in what I'm doing in every daily moment, if I can't learn how to appreciate the small things, how will I be able to appreciate the big things and the bigger moments? By switching my mindset from, oh my God, I really don't want to do this. Oh, this is so boring. I can't wait for this to be done. All of those things, that's me ingraining into my subconscious mind that I really don't want to do this. But instead, all it takes is a mindset shift. All it takes is a shift in your perspective to go from thinking like, oh my God, I have to do this, to I get to do this. And when you realize that every single day is a gift, you learn to stop taking things for granted, and you learn to appreciate the little things. So yeah, that's what I have to say on that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate life. And I'll see you next time. Deuces.